First video I made was, yeah, wow, a decade ago. I'd been toying around with the idea maybe for a couple of months. I saw Rick Shields, who was working at Trafford Golf Centre making videos. His diary was full of lessons that were coming in off the back of his videos. So I thought, why not give it a go, see what happens. So the first video I made was a pitching and chipping video. I got to the range about 6 o'clock in the morning. I think the range opened at 7. I didn't want anybody around seeing what I was doing. So I covertly snuck in, turned the lights on that were flickering awfully on the camera, I seem to remember, and just started talking. I think it was about a 5-minute video, took me about an hour and a half to do, and that's where it began. Yeah, I mean, I just filmed everything on an iPad and then put it into iMovie, and then I had a voice recording app on my phone, which I still use the same one today. It's horrible. No, I mean, it's an awful video. The advice in there is okay, but it's certainly not great. It's just, listen, no one forgets the first time. Absolutely banging tune in all fairness. So as you can see, like, all the lights are on, nobody is there. Got the M60 motorway flashing away in the background. God, it used to stink that bay as well. It was just across from the sewage treatment plant. So when the wind was blowing in the wrong way, in the wrong direction, it used to stink. Yeah, it's great times. First time I realised it was going to be, it could be a full-time job. I mean, like I said, I was doing videos to get lessons, and the videos started to drive more lesson income, which was great. But it was only when the videos actually started to make enough money on their own, and they were almost like side by side. So that was the only point I thought, well, if I committed as much time as I do to lessons into more videos, surely that would grow and do the same thing. So, because I mean, at Trafford was great. Like Trafford, the days at that golf centre were fantastic. I had such a great time, met so many amazing people, but like doing the videos and then doing lessons, it was like they were 80-hour weeks, like easily. And it was unsustainable. And it's just got to the point where the videos were making as much money as the lessons, and I was just enjoying doing the videos more. Like, who wouldn't enjoy going out to play a golf course, filming it, and then for some unknown reason, which I still can't figure out, people want to watch it. Like, you just kind of felt like you'd hit the gold mine, really.
How has filming and editing changed over the last 10 years?
I mean, I don't do any of it anymore. That's probably a big change. So I think when you started out, and this is the same with most people when they start YouTube channels, it has to be this way where like you're the one who's scripting, filming, editing, replying to comments, sharing it. You're doing everything. And every kind of YouTube channel, once they reach a certain point, once they want to start making different, better content, that's where they get people involved. And then I'm more kind of really overlooking everything now. So in that aspect, it's changed completely.
And you hired Jacob?
Hi Jacob, hi David. First week of February 2020, a few months before the world shut down. Great timing, Pete. Really well thought out. And that was, again, just to kind of really work on the weaknesses. So I didn't really understand anything about YouTube, really. I've been doing it for, what, 6 years then. And I still really had no understanding of anything about YouTube. So go figure that out.
This is great, yeah. Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Our induction day was in a pub. I remember that very strongly. But the first kind of group trip that we had out was Fairway Lakes for Mizuno, where Pete was getting fitted for his dream set of Mizuno irons. They were dreamy.
And we went down, and we'd never worked with each other before, hardly spoken to each other, and spent the whole drive down basically like getting to know each other.
And there was like a cluster of us all grouped around, and I was trying to look very smart and professional. Like, I was an idiot, I hadn't a clue what I was doing.
Pete gave me the camera for the first time. I had to learn on the job, basically, looking at this camera that I'd never held before.
And Pete was just like striping it, or from a high handicapper's perspective, he was striping it. And that's kind of like the first time I realized like this is like a whole different ball game. He's not just like a scratch golfer, he flushes it. And the ceiling on his game is like so high. But yeah, it was like so exciting, and to be honest, that rush that I think Jacob and I both got from working on that first video is something that we've been trying to chase ever since.
Yeah, the rest is history, I suppose.
Favourite moment is tricky over the last 10 years. I mean, that's tough because there's been so many trips. There's been so many kind of like adventures to incredible places, so many amazing courses played. I mean, I think having a hole-in-one was pretty sick. I mean, I've been waiting for that moment literally all my golfing life. Beyond that, actually, for all my life. It stretches back to when I was a baby. And to actually manage it, to get it on camera, was also very cool. And that was a great day because I actually won a comp that day, came back to another golf course where I was having a practice round, and that's where I had my hole-in-one. So it was like, it was a perfect day, really.
I can't actually see my ball. It was right on line. Hang on. You're joking me. You're joking me. I can see the pitch mark. Oh! Oh, we won! Oh my God, my heart is absolutely pumping. Oh.
I unfortunately wasn't there, and I remember actually being at home when I was editing, working from home, because Pete had a long day of playing. He went and played in a comp, which he then won. So the first message came through of, I've won this competition, thinking, that's amazing, perfect, get that on social. Kieran was sorting all that stuff out. And then have another message come through an hour later to say he's made a hole-in-one. It's like, how good a golf day can you get apart from, I don't know, shooting a 59 or something? But yeah, it was quite something. Again, it's one of those things that, like, how he decided at that point, okay, shall I put my phone on for this shot? Like, if he hadn't done it, like, it would have been lost into eternity, and we just have to have assumed he, you know, just believed what he said. But yeah, it's something I was hoping that I'd be there for, and something I'm still hoping to be there for. I'm sure we've had many conversations within the team about going to a filming place and saying this is the day that something's going to happen, and I'm sure it will.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, it's one of those where, like, every time we go, you know, we're driving to the golf course, before we go out, before the cameras are turned on, first thing I say is something special is going to happen today. And, you know, like, it's, you know, this year it hasn't always worked out, you know, but we've had a few close calls, we've had a few like chip-ins and stuff like that, but never had the one yet. But, you know, hopefully we'll get it next year.
The only regret on it was that I couldn't see the bottom of the pin. And because I've not had a hole-in-one for so long, even though it was like the best shot, the best 7-iron I've ever struck, it was kind of like, I was happy, but I wasn't thinking about it going in the hole. I don't know what I was thinking about. It was just like, oh, it's a good shot. But when you get up there, there's no ball. First instinct is, oh, it's obviously gone over the back. Then I saw the pitch mark, and I was like, that is my pitch mark. It has to be. And then I kind of knew. So, oh, what a strike that is. I might get those irons back out. It's just still up there. There we go.
On the wall, okay.
On the wall, yeah. I think managing to play the old course has always been a dream. I managed to do that with my dad as well, and surprise him with it. That was exceptional, actually. That was a great day. But the other thing I wish I'd have figured out a little bit better is, obviously, when you're surprising someone with a trip like this, there's only so far you can actually take the ruse, because when we're pulling into St Andrews, it's pretty difficult to then say, oh, we're not playing here, we're in Carnoustie or something. So maybe we should have thought that through a little bit different. But that was a great day. Big shout out Ali for sorting that out. It's so hard to choose, because like, if you think about all the trips that we've managed to be on in that time period, all the different countries that we visited, that is an option that will not have been available if we hadn't been doing YouTube. Getting more people involved does help when you're trying to plan bigger and bigger things. You know, you can just do more things with a bigger team. I mean, the Fairway down was by far the biggest kind of project that we've done.
Fairway down was something that Pete was always really excited to be involved in. Whenever we come up with new video ideas, it's very easy for me to push stuff that I know is going to get loads of views, but Pete always wants to double down on stuff that will make an impact in some way, and this was a way to be like charitable at the same time.
Pete worked so hard to get that all kind of together, and you know, get him setting off on the bike was kind of the last bit of the journey really, because he had to train and then he had to kind of organize all of the golf in the middle and contact all the other people who were going to be there and, you know, fuel himself.
Physically, obviously very demanding, cycling from the top of the country to the bottom, playing 10 courses in 20 days, filming 10 videos. So to traverse the length of a country, to film every day, to edit and release every second day, to plan out kind of all the stops, all the courses, all the routine, all the everything was unbelievable. And it's something which, again, I never thought would have been possible, you know, even a few years ago.
Fairway down, wow. I stupidly said that I'd do the whole stint, which was like 26 days, 25 days or something like that. And yeah, there was some long days, long nights, you know, editing till 2 o'clock in the morning, then getting up at 7 to, you know, see him off. There was times, especially towards the end, where we'd be at dinner and he just didn't say a word because he was just so, you know, mentally, physically exhausted.
I gained a newfound respect for him, watching him go through something as ridiculous as that with a smile on his face almost all the time. Yeah, was pretty impressive.
And within that whole project, you know, raising almost, it's going to work out about 30 grand for charity for British Heart Foundation. Like that's unreal, and that's something which, again, if I'd have done this and I was just like a pro at a club and I'd done a Land's End to John O'Groats cycle, if I'd done the same thing, like what I raised, maybe £1 grand too, and like because of the scope of all this, able to raise so much money for charity off people all around the world, I mean that's crazy. That's crazy. It's something which is, like I said, just as unlikely as I would have thought possible 10 years ago. Ah, man, best collab. I think, so if we take out like some of the obvious ones, so obviously when I was at Trafford, was there with Rick, was there with Carter, Fryer was kind of like in and around as well. So take those guys out of it, I think the ones we've done recently in the States has been great. So with Micah and Grant, actually getting over there and producing content that was like it was a complete plan. I think that's the first time where we've planned content, booked the trip ourselves off our own backs, went out there, did everything. And it seems to be working really well. Obviously filmed with Good this year. That was great. I was oddly nervous for some reason. But it's meeting all these fantastic people, meeting all these like celebs as well that we've managed to play with. It's all really cool, and I've loved every second of it. And this is going to sound really cheesy. That'll sound really cheesy. Best thing about it is just actually meeting people who watch the videos, like when you go to events and just chatting to them, because it's such a weird thing to have people come up to you and just chat to you like they know you, chat to you about stuff you've been doing and like how they enjoy the videos. That's weird, especially like when they're coming over from like the States and, you know, different countries. And that is by far the best thing as far as like those collaborations and meeting new people, like the actual people who watch the videos. I mean, when I was growing up, when I was kind of getting all right at golf, like everyone who's turned into a PGA pro, 99% of them at one point imagine they wanted to be like a tour pro. That's fair enough, obvious. Like I was never ever at that level. So to actually get to play with tour pros and to like compete against them, even if it's in a challenge, that's really cool. So like the stuff they've done with Billy Horschel, for example, has been fantastic. When I, you know, ended Bernd Wiesberger's career on the DP World Tour, that was really cool. Shout out Bernd. I mean, the first one we did, I'm pretty sure, was Lee Westwood, when FootJoy organised a challenge. We had these FootJoy signs set up out on the range and we had to try and hit stingers through them. And I think that was like one of the first proper Tour Pro collabs that we did. And what was actually really interesting about it was we were pretty nervous, didn't obviously know what we were doing, but it was obvious that day, because Lee was doing some magazine shoots as well, and it was obvious that day that he enjoyed filming with us far more than he enjoyed doing anything else that day, because it was actually playing golf. And one thing which you'll see in this video, like Lee's just hit it off the frame there. There was like an old guy who was walking at the side of the range on the left-hand side, and Lee like pinged this sign, and it flew off to the left of the range, and it just missed this guy. Like literally just flew by his head, and he wasn't happy. Obviously we thought it was hilarious at the time because we were young and reckless and free. Look at that, look at them trousers. Oh, yeah. I remember when it used to be thin. It was a great time.
Well, we couldn't talk about Tour Pro collaborations without talking about your chipping.
That's not a chip-in. That was a pitch out of a dry water hazard. That's not a chip-in. You want to show a bit of respect here, okay? That was the greatest eagle you've ever seen on YouTube, and what do I get? Oh, let's talk about your chip-in. A chip-in? My God. Yes, I pitched in and holed out for eagle against Rafa Cabrera Bello in Germany, out of a dry water hazard, to win a match. Because I'm an athlete.
I promise, this is not a retake, this is one take only.
What an absolute joke.
Oh, well, if I'm gonna lose, that's the way to lose.
We filmed some pretty cool people this year, and you know, and Pete's great friends with pretty much every single one of them that we filmed with, and you know, we thought that to do something a little bit special for him, and he doesn't know about this, so this is, you know, the first time he's hearing about it. We sent a message out to all of the content creators we filmed with this year, and got them to, you know, do a little message for him. So yeah, here's Andy Carter to start us off.
Everyone watching this video, you've been watching Peter Finch chop it round golf courses worldwide for 10 years. What's going on? Finchy, well done, 10 years is pretty epic. Fair play, come a very, very long way. I feel like I have been the catalyst for the majority of it, so congratulations to you. You'll always be, though, the guy that turned to me in that really weird mustard jumper way back when. Not your best luck. One victory you did have over me was a very long time ago, and actually I still remember it quite vividly, and it's quite painful to me. It's actually even on my channel, which is even worse, where you battered me like 7 and 6. That was a very, very low day in my house. However, I'm pretty sure you haven't beat me since, and that was a good 6 or 7 years ago. So Pete, well done, and I'll see you very soon. I probably won't see you very soon. So I'll just see you when I see you. Maybe we should have like a party sometime. Let's go and celebrate. Happy 10 years. I would cheers you, but it's 11 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, so I've got a coffee in a nice pink cup. Cheers, pal.
Happy 10 years as a YouTuber, mate. Come so far, keep on smashing it.
Mr. Peter, 10 years of doing YouTube. That's unbelievable. I was still in diapers when you started, so this is just really cool to see as a little kid growing up. But I just want to say, you're one of the nicest guys I've met in the space. Keep killing it, man. Keep going.
Hi, P. It's Rick. Congratulations on your 10-year YouTube anniversary. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Obviously, I've been there along the journey with you. It's been it's emotional, tough, challenging, definitely, but so unbelievably rewarding. Your content is killing it. So keep it up. And here's to the next 10 years. All the best, Pete.
Hey Pete, happy 10-year anniversary of doing YouTube. We have been very inspired by what you've done in the last 10 years, and we're happy to get to be a part of your videos once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, where would you be without us, man? So, yeah, good job, bud. And keep going. We look up to you and what you do. So, you better not let us catch you the day we decide to go with YouTube videos.
We're almost at 10K now, so
yeah.
you better watch out.
Have a good one, bud.
10 years on YouTube, Pete. Congratulations, firstly. You've made some fantastic content, but not only that, you've made some fantastic friends like myself along the way. But really, it's been a real joy to make videos with you. I think the Record Breakers series that we've had has especially stuck out in my mind. Great to travel to different places with you and be part of that and just see how well you're doing, how well the team's doing, and I hope that you have a good, successful future ahead of you in the next 10 years. Well done, mate. Keep it up.
Finchy, I'm only calling you Finchy because it rhymes with Incy. Congratulations on hitting your 10-year milestone. Absolutely nuts. I'm sure if you just gave yourself a moment to reflect on how much you've achieved in the last 10 years, you'll probably blow yourself away. So congratulations on building an amazing team, building an incredible product, which I'm sure you're very proud of, the brand that it's become, yourself. And the exciting part is, I'm sure it's only just the beginning. So congratulations once again. It's an amazing achievement.
Yeah, I think it's good to be proud over kind of what we've done, but I look back on the videos that we have produced, especially in the early days, and kind of think, oh, you know, what could have been if I'd have known what I was doing and where I could have been now. And it really feels over the last 3 years or so that this is the only time where we've actually been doing YouTube like properly, and the growth of everything. So not me specifically, but of the whole YouTube golf community has been absolutely insane. It's been incredible. You know, it's a real force now as far as like broadcasting in golf. You know, a lot of people only watch YouTube golf. They don't watch tour golf, which is fascinating, really, considering kind of how it was when I was a kid.
I think this year he was a little disappointed not to be playing some more competitive style golf. So we're trying to convince him to give it another go, basically, because we think we've seen glimpses of very, very good quality golf this year. So we'll see.
After much deliberation, after about 1 million comments from you guys, we've decided, why not?
This is my favourite open venue.
Going to be one of the most life-altering things they probably had to do.
I'm talking to the voice in my head.